Dune is finally here. It's at the cinemas, it's on the biggest screen possible, or at your own home if you watch it on HBO Max. I watched it in IMAX, so let's talk about it.
Finish him!
Dune is Denis Villeneuve's adaptation of the famous Frank Herbert's novel with the same title, Dune. I actually got the book, even though I've only read like, I don't know, maybe 50 pages. And I've been enjoying it so far, and I was actually quite pleased to see the parts that I read were faithfully adapted to the big screen. It's very respectful to the source material, and the way Denis captures the essence and the scope and scale of the world of Dune really translates well to what Frank could have perceived as a good interpretation of his work. Villeneuve is a great director. He's very known to work with precision with actors, relying on their acting skills with serious intent to lock on specific frames and with the idea in mind to be able to capture their emotions and the geometry of a frame. It's very consistent throughout the film. He is very sober in his directing. Throughout the film there are a lot of sequences that he could go like over the top in terms of action set pieces, but Dune is not that kind of film. He really takes his approach, slowly building, amping the tension. He uses special effects sparingly, kind of like what he did with Arrival, with Sicario as well, only highlighting specific parts of the movie and not overhauling the film with special effects. Blade Runner 2049 is perhaps the perfect example to illustrate what I'm saying here. Both Blade Runner 2049 and Dune here are very similar in terms of how the characters in the canvas with which Denis paints his frames are built upon. In terms of sound design, I believe that this is the most impactful sound design in terms of scope and I don't know, like kind of dissecting pain that you hear throughout the film. It's very awe-inspiring and daunting sometimes, because a scene could be quiet and all you had to do was to interpret the character's emotions, but the music is there, slowly building in and slowly amplifying the emotions that are present on screen. Hans Zimmer was pretty great in this. This is the film that Hans decided to do instead of Tenet, because he was having scheduling conflicts. So I was very excited to see this pairing, this never before seen pairing with Denis and Hans, and it paid off pretty well. In terms of the narrative itself, Dune is a very dense film because the book is very compact and rich in terms of its lore and the areas that are touched with the book. There are a lot of themes of betrayal, honor, galactic intertravel, even a bit about climate change, not specific climate change, but what we do as humans to the world we live in. How we behave ourselves and how our behavior will impact future generations in terms of where we go, where we grow, our communities, what we harvest from the planet, etc. I think the film does a pretty good job of translating that feel and scope. There are a lot of politics and a lot of schemes happening, and the film is it's kind of slow. And I get why some people might find the film a bit boring per se, because this is a very cerebral film. If you go watch Dune and you are expecting big explosions every 5 minutes and a lot of action, please don't watch it because you'll be very disappointed. This is a very artful film directed to a specific audience, and I believe that if Dune was a game of chess, this part 1, which I was actually very surprised to see was the way it was presented, Dune Part 1. The next film will be clearly moving the pieces forward to checkmate. I believe everything is in place to a solid conclusion, because Warner Brothers did not say that we were gonna get a sequel for sure, but everything is looking pretty bright. The film is making money.
Yeah. So weird.
Some nice box office numbers, so I guess it's only a matter of time until they announce. It's actually pretty interesting, because a lot of people say that, oh, this looks like a crossbreed between Star Wars and Game of Thrones. It's actually the way around. It was actually Dune, the book that I showed you earlier, that is kind of like the father of all these franchises that appeared later. For example, in Star Wars, there's the Force, and the Force allows its users to do certain things. And here in Dune, you have the Voice, which is kind of like a proto Force, and I know and I now can see how it later inspired other creators to apply that concept. In terms of Game of Thrones, for instance, the use of politics and backstabbing and betrayal and schemes in the houses, you have the House of Arrakis, you have the House Atreides. It's very, very interesting. I feel like right now I am more prepared to read the book, actually, because after I've seen the film and unpacked the density of it, I can now read it more peacefully. I know it's cheating, but it's true, because I can now mentally be there in terms of knowing which characters are, and the names are more engraved in my mind than if I was solely trotting through the book. What to say about the cast? It's a wonderful cast. Everybody is up their game, and I'd like to say that Timothée Chalamet continues to prove that he might be the next Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, it doesn't. Oh my god, there you go.
He's very, very chill, and he has a
rap persona. Yes, this is true. Awkward laughter in the audience.
He has a particular scene with which, a lot of scenes where he's purely conveying and acting with only his face, and the emotions actually come through, which seems to be pretty hard, and he nails it.
Wait. Wait. No! God, please, no! 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 No!
And I'd also like to mention Rebecca Ferguson as the second main character, and she's very, very cool. She's actually my favorite character of the film. I feel like she captures the essence of the mystery and the loving mother of her character very precisely, and I'm actually quite interested to see how this all culminates in part 2. So yeah, if you have the time, go watch it, and please, if you have already seen it, let's talk about it in the comments below. Let's start a discussion. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, subscribe, push the notifications, all of that, you know the drill. So yeah, take care. Bye bye.
Timmy, it's your boy Lil Timmy Tim. Yeah. What up, statistics class? I'm coming through live from G25. Yeah. Live from G25. Let's go. Statistic, yep. Statistic, yep. Statistic, yep. Statistic, yep.